Hello everyone, and welcome to How Many Ones? My name's Matt Clark, and with me today is...
Paul Buckler.
And...
a toilet brush called Richard Belfield, as eloquently described by Mr. Matt Clark. Mere moments ago,
let me clarify that.
In our chat beforehand.
I didn't call you a toilet brush. I said you could just say you were a toilet brush.
No, that's not what
he was besmirching your intros. He was besmirching your introductions,
exactly.
and decided that you had no imagination and should just call yourself a toilet brush.
Well, exactly that.
So if you hadn't used toilet brush, what were you going to use?
Well, it doesn't matter now, does it?
Oh, fine. Save it for next time.
I probably would have gone for something like...
I think painting machine, given what you've been doing today.
A Drakari Archon in disguise as a short hedgehog man.
But most hedgehogs are quite short, though, aren't they?
To be fair, comparatively to other things, yes, but not to each other. There might be like a super tall hedgehog who's like, I don't know, half an inch bigger or something.
Like Sonic.
Yeah, he's got to go fast.
He's a big hedgehog, technically.
He is a pretty big hedgehog.
Yeah, I'd give you that.
Yeah.
Do you reckon other hedgehogs look up to him? Like, do you reckon they're like, that's son, well, you could achieve that if you wanted?
I'm pretty sure hedgehogs are like dogs and they can't look up.
What?
Was that your mate at the Winchester who told you that?
Yep.
Of course dogs can look up.
No, they can't. That's what I've heard. I've heard from someone in the pub. So have you ever seen the film Shaun of the Dead, Paul?
Yeah.
In there, one of them, there's a bit where Ed talks about his mate who says that dogs can't look up, which is what Matt's referencing, I think.
Yeah. God.
I mean, it'd be a very niche reference to come up in literally any other way. But
I just thought he thought dogs can't look up.
I mean, could also be the case.
No, I know dogs can look up. Sometimes.
I don't like the way you said that. I know dogs can look up. How? What are you doing to the dogs?
Because, yeah,
Pavlovian response.
So we're going to do something different in this episode, and rather than reviewing something, we're just going to have a topic we talk about for a little bit. So hopefully it won't be a too longer episode. But we are going to discuss a little bit more on our feelings of the new GHB and how we feel like it is going and what we think about it, and also battle tactics, yay or nay, essentially.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're in quite a lot of chat groups, and it's definitely been a bit like a hot topic within those about people feeling like this GHB and they feel a certain way about this GHB, whether it's positive or negative. And lots of people have said, and I think Rich, you said as well, that you don't think you need battle tactics at all. You think scenario alone is okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with that then. So let's start with the scenario side of things. So we've had 3 GHBs now in this edition of Age of Sigmar. How would you rank the scenarios? Yep. How would you rank the scenarios out of these 3 GHBs, if you guys can remember them all?
We had 3? We've had 3.
We had one which came out with the game originally, and I think it was in the box, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was like the original scenarios.
Yeah, that was just what, GHB 22 to 20.
Yes, and then Then we had all the obscuring stuff.
Or 23 to
24. Yeah, last time obscuring, and now we're in all the raging stuff.
So this is the 3rd one.
Which you still haven't found a good name for.
No.
To be clear.
Raging.
Ragey. Because we said smoky as well, didn't we, last time?
Yeah. We did. I reckon barbecue. Season of barbecue.
I'm just having a quick look back.
So I think battle plans. I liked battle plans. I think GHB last year's. So my order would be the actual battle plans, ignoring battle tactics.
Yeah.
I think I liked the first year. Then, it's a difficult one. Probably so. Bottom of the pile would be last year's.
Yeah.
Second place would be the first year's, and first place for actual just battle plans would be this season.
Yeah.
So for me, because in this season they're like the actual battle plans, taking tactics out of it, they're really kind of, it feels like, okay, we're pushing what we can do with the scenario, and we're adding narrative to how it plays and how it scores, and it's not just like what's the one I was thinking of? It's not just like that one that was in last year where it's like, okay, cool, you can deploy next to each other in the middle of the battlefield and fight.
Yeah.
Like it feels like someone sat there going, okay, rather than just going, I'm trying to write a battle plan for someone to score points on, it's like, well, I'm actually trying to tell a story with a battle plan. And this is what I like about this edition. And I think this GHB, and I think that's kind of promoted by what we were all saying before when we were like, well, okay, let's pick our favourite. We all picked the same one. And there's a reason for that, because the story behind it is fantastic. If you didn't have the narrative element of what they put into the rules of it, you've basically got, cool, it's got a weird deployment. Okay, you can't go in this bit. But actually, because there's so much flavour in it, I actually think it's fantastic. And I think that, for me, battle plans, this GHB, hands down, best so far out of this edition.
Yeah. Okay.
By yourself, Paul. Let's take Paul.
Go me
Pick
first?
on Paul rather than Matt,
Yeah.
So, I think this season has got the best overall battle plans. I did like some of the last season.
Mm-hmm. That's not to say I didn't like some of them, but
I think if you put them all together, I think I would probably play more of this season's than any of the others, because I quite like a fruity deployment, and they've got lots of fruity deployments.
Yeah.
Paul, we were getting on so well.
Because it just gets a bit boring if you line up in a big straight line and charge at each other. It's like, oh, actually, I've got to think about where I'm going to put my models this time.
Yeah.
That being said, I could make a strong case for the first GHB, because all the battle plans in there were the most popular battle plans from the previous edition, so they must have been bloody good.
Yeah.
For them to be picked as the most popular ones.
Yeah.
Well, they had didn't they have the equivalent of what used to be Ghoul Patrol as well in that one?
Yeah. That was the first one.
Ghoul Patrol.
Border War was a
official
name. But
on pure scenarios alone, there is definitely a strong case for that first GHB having the best scenario.
Yeah.
I think the fact that these are all new at the moment makes them quite exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But once you've played them all 20 times, will you then go back and go, actually, the first set we played 3 years ago were actually better?
Looking at what Rich was saying, narratively, do you feel that the first GHBs were better narratively? They had a better story to them, or that this GHBs do?
I would personally. I don't think there's much you can say narratively between all three. I think all three have narrative reasons to all the battle plans.
Yeah.
Okay. I think these ones are newer, so they're fresher, and you think, oh, that's different.
Yeah.
But for me, that's more a new thing rather than an actual comparison thing.
And I suppose maybe this time they've got, this edition, they have twists, which I don't remember that they did in the first ones.
Yeah, they've all had twists. They all had an underdog thing. They all had an underdog
stuff. They didn't call it a twist there.
I think that has got better. I think the underdog thing has got better generally and become less complicated, easier to remember. I think they've learnt from that and gone, actually, this one had a twist. Nobody ever played it because it couldn't be bothered. No. So let's simplify it a bit, make it a bit less of a thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because obviously we would assume, based on how GW does stuff, we'd be looking at a new AOS potentially next summer.
If they go in the cycles like they do for 40k.
They do, and with 40k, and because 40k did the same cycle, you would presume that's what's going to happen.
Mm.
So you potentially have only got these battle plans for another year, unless it rolls over, but it never has it?
I kind of hope it does, because I don't like the quick cycles. I think they're a year too short.
Be nice if they last a bit longer.
I think. I mean, again, that's a conversation for another time. But I think 5 years would be great.
Yeah,
because at least it gives you a chance to build an army, And like sometimes I'm a bit slow painting with some stuff, and it takes me a while. So I'm like, oh, I have an army by the end of the edition.
So, Matt Clark, what's your thought on battle plans then?
I think I enjoyed the first set, but it became a bit stale quicker because it was just to repeat the same thing we played for the past,
I'd agree.
4 years or whatever.
12 months of that
well,
was a long time. Yeah.
There was also a lot of, you'd go and play someone at a tournament, they'd be like, oh no, I have to win this one, it's boring. We just do this. There was no, excitement within it. It was just down to your armies more. The Xnara didn't do anything because it was you already knew what was going to happen, or you didn't play a load of them because although they were popular, they were seen to not be tournament work at a tournament as well. Like I'm pretty sure I never played Star Strike because and that's one of my favourite ones. I think
because TOs didn't pick it because people moaned.
TOs didn't pick it because people moaned.
I played it once
because it was random. I can't
remember where it was.
There was some like that where you'd never play it, which meant that the actual pool came down to like
7, 8, something like that tops. Yeah.
And it was always the same 4 or 5
same,
play.
Same 4 or 5 you'd always play, and it got kind of like, okay, I'm still playing those.
The only spice would be which order.
Yeah, and that's what I've liked. So, and I found in the, soggy GHB, and the dry one now we're onto. They feel a bit more different and interesting.
Yeah, I think you're seeing more of a variety. Definitely, you're not seeing the same 4 or 5. There's a pool of probably 8 or 9.
Maybe 8 or 9. I think it feels a bit more. Yeah. There's still some people they don't always play, and I think I was just looking back on the app at the way the battle plans have looked and changed, and I think they look more interesting now. In general, like even in the first original one, there was one similar to the one we all liked. It was called the Jaws of Gallet.
Yeah,
which I think I always used to call the Jaws of Gilet because it sounds more better. And that was really similar to that one we like, where you can't go in the middle. With a slight change in it. But I don't remember playing that one very much.
I would say one thing I did forget was I like the change to the different objective types that we went from the first GHB to last time and this time, where you've got pairs.
Yeah.
That gives you much more scoring opportunity. That was a really positive move.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. That was good.
I don't mind that they've changed the colours and stuff. A lot of people go, "Oh, I've got to get new objectives." Are they really that expensive? They aren't really in the grand scheme of things.
They come in a pack, don't they?
If you didn't want to, we do know a fantastic person who happens to make tokens for these to represent.
You could just use your standard ones with tokens on.
Yeah.
So Pro Painting Studios, great place to get in touch with. They'll have the tokens for your faction and for your game playing needs. Don't forget to mention us. That's don't forget to use our code. Sorry, my brain's gone rubbish from painting all day. Don't forget to use our code, which is howmanyones, HOWMANYONES, and that'll get you 10% off and let them know you love us.
Yep.
And let you track which objectives are which when you're playing in the new GHB.
That as well.
Yeah. I mean, almost as if that's what you're buying them for.
Okay, then. So, how about then the battle tactics and how they've changed across the 3 GHBs?
Yeah.
Because I assume that you don't like these current ones. So do you prefer the first one or the second one?
I don't like any of them. I think
you like none at all.
No, I don't think they're needed, really. I think that the first ones, if I remember correctly, because I got
that was used to pick. You have to pick them in the turns.
You pick them in the turn.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So it restricted your list building too much because you'd always go, okay, well, I need to make sure I've got 2 units that are quick because I know that I'll have to score the one where the 2 of them have to be outside of my terrain and within 6 inches of each side of the table.
Outflanked, that wasn't it? That wasn't it, or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
It wasn't very engaging because some of them were like, okay, well, actually, I don't want to. So I need to go in, and what I really want to do is go in and kill their army. I'm ready to do it. They've got very little left. but actually I'm trying to maximise on points, so I'm going to go take something out to the left side of the table. And it's like, what's the point? So I didn't like those at all. I think those are probably the worst, which are the first ones.
Yeah.
I liked the last ones a bit.
The soggy ones, yeah.
Yeah, because they were easy, to be fair. Like you'd pick ones, you go, cool, I know I can do them. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then these ones are super hard. That's the wrong way of putting it. They're not super hard, but again,
they're rock hard.
Rock hard, tasty abs. They're just not very conducive to a fun game. So, like, you did the Fugitive one, for example. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Fugitive example. Pick this guy. I've got to hunt him down. It's like, well, actually, no, I've not got to hunt him down. I've got to make sure there's 3 units within a certain area. Okay, cool. And then I've got to make sure the hideout one. I've got to make make sure there's some people around about that in 2 turns' time because I have to make sure I do this first bit. They just it feels very like the whole thing about Battle Tactics. It feels very much like I'm doing these things for the sake of doing them.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, there's not really, like, if you take the scoring now on a battle plan, it's what? So top you can score each turn without Battle Tactics is 10.
Yeah.
If you're in a situation where your opponent is scoring 10, well, that means that unless you do something, you're going to be scoring less. So it's easy enough to work out who's winning, who's losing, and if it came to tournament scorings or tournament rankings, well, actually, just take that number. Like, it's not. I just think the battle tactics were kind of something that was needed at the time to spice up battle plans, but GW got better at battle plans, so I don't think they're needed.
So, you going back to what you just said about the Fugitive one, it sounded to me like you were saying you like the idea of it, but it doesn't fit what you imagine it should be.
Yeah, I think that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because
it's almost not narrative enough. Like, it doesn't feel like you're trying to hunt this guy down. It just feels
don't
like
make me a narrative wanker.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because I know you said narratively you like the battle plans and you feel like there is a narrative in them. So is that what takes you out of it then? That you're enjoying the battle plan, you feel like you're in the game, it's enjoyable. Well, like this extra thing which isn't as
it doesn't make as much sense. Well, it's like hold on, let's have a look. So I'm looking at them now, picking that example again. You complete search for every inch. You complete this battle tactic at the end of your turn. If there's a different friendly unit wholly within each large quarter of the battlefield, those friendly units are more than 9 inches away from the center of the battlefield, and no more than one of those friendly units was set up this turn.
Yeah,
I mean that to me feels very much like the first set where it's like, okay, cool. Well, I've got to have the outflank. It's the same sort of principle, and it just. Sorry, carry on, Paul.
I was going to say, but does that not feel like what it says it is? So it says search every inch, which to me means you're supposed to go all over the battlefield looking for something.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just, maybe I just dislike them.
You just don't like battle tactics, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels like, I don't know whether it's because
I would say that one is very much like the outflanky one you were talking about before.
Yeah.
If you've got a list that doesn't do that and you suddenly pick that one, then it's going to feel weird because you're doing stuff with your army you don't want to do.
It's just it's a toughie. Like I just think that there's enough variation now. I'm not sure if they're needed. Is probably what I would say.
Okay,
but again, I'm open to have my mind changed. Everybody's tells their wrong opinion.
As you play more, you think you might actually enjoy it more potentially, or is it just that you think you might realise that you need the battle tactics because it's been too even?
Well, I think. Do you know what? I'm interested. I would be interested to play a game or a few games with no battle tactics and see the difference.
Are you going to Lazy Hammer?
I am.
Because they're not using battle tactics, so you'll be able to.
Well, we can have a recap after that one then and see what we thought. Because it might be just
to do.
Yeah, because that would be an interesting. Yes, and we can find out if there's any issues from the wonderful Poole and Wayne. If there's any issues with like scoring and stuff, because they'll have that there. Incidentally, just as a aside, they've got a really good podcast. If no one's listened to it, you should definitely give it a whirl. It's a lot of fun.
I was just about to say that, Rich, as well.
It's a mixed podcast. It's not just AOS. It covers a lot of different things.
D&D as well, and general
hobby,
all sorts
stuff.
Yeah, it's called the Paul and Wayne Show. Dice, Law, and War.
And it's really good because they talk about lots of interesting stuff. Like, I'd never even heard of like Oathmark when I listened to them talking about it, and all of a sudden I was like, well, actually,
might try that.
This sounds like that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So I've got a question for you, Rich. How many times a week, on average, do you think you play Age of Sigmar?
Roughly about 1 or 2.
Every week, you play 1 or 2 games.
Roughly.
Okay, so you play quite a lot.
So I'm going to be awkward and just pause to someone at the door. 2 seconds, guys.
Okay. All right. What is in that, Pool? Do you want to...
Do I go through my bits?
Go through your... So we'll talk about the battle tactics.
Yeah.
What are your favourite out of the 3? What ones do you like, you don't like? Or are you in the same camp as Rich, you'd rather have no?
I preferred the change from picking at the time to having them beforehand, because it sped up gameplay massively. You didn't have decision paralysis in games, which
that was tiring.
Sitting there while my opponent spent 20 minutes trying to pick one battle tactic that I knew they were going to pick 20 minutes ago. It just took them that long to decide. So I like that. I like the fact that the battle tactics have got harder. I think in last edition, they had no bearing or very little bearing on the list you ran. Because whatever list you ran, you could probably fit it in somehow. And now these ones actually influence the models we probably see on the table and how people are going to pick their armies.
Yeah.
Because if they want to do a decent number of battle tactics, and I still think 3 or 4 is the number you've got to be aiming at. If you're aiming for 5 or 6, you are. Wow, I don't know how you're going to do it consistently, because they are much more difficult. And I actually think that's a bit of the issue with people not liking them, is the fact that they're thinking they've got to do all 6 still, when 3 out of 6 is probably more than enough in a lot of games.
Yeah. Like Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Bad, exactly.
Which would be 4 out of 6.
Sorry about that. Back now. What did I miss?
That's right. So I was just saying that I prefer the pre-written battle tactics to choosing at the time, because I think it stops a lot of time wasting during games.
That's true.
The last set of battle tactics were too easy for me. People could do them with pretty much whatever list they wanted, so it didn't influence list writing at all. But these ones, you have to sit down and read the tactics and go, actually, the list I have at the moment doesn't work to do these tactics. I need to add in X, Y, or Z unit. And hopefully it creates list variety, and you see a much more varied style of list, so you don't get spam of 6 units. You have to pick 5 different units in your list, and it all looks very different.
Yeah.
Conversely, that does influence the fact that people who just want to play the list they like, not because they want to win, but because they just like this list.
Or like a theme list
or whatever. But most of those lists aren't going to compete top end anyway, so I don't think it influences where you're going to end up at an event one way or the other. Almost you have to do what Rich said, which was just bin off the battle tactics, not even think about them, and just play to score objectives.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, it sounds very much like your pro battle tactic, Paul, which is cool.
100%. And one other thing I was going to say was, I remember back in 2nd edition when we had no battle tactics, no nothing. Yeah. And I played the same 6 missions 500 times, and I was bored witless by the end of that. And when they brought in battle tactics, that gave me something else to do apart from the mission. And for me, it all depends how much Warhammer you play. If you only play once a month, you're only going to play 12 games a year. You're only going to play each battle plan once, so they're never going to get bored.
Yeah.
Rich is playing twice a week, so actually, that's quite a lot. Most people don't play twice a week. Most people play twice a month, probably.
Yeah.
So you aren't going to get bored. But as soon as you start playing lots of Warhammer, even 12 battle plans doesn't give you much variety.
So, as a counterpoint then, would it arguably, let's say, instead, GW, let's say, bin off battle tactics, right? But they come up with another 12 battle tactics. Another 12 battle plans.
If they change the battle plans every 6 months or 3 months, that would keep me interested.
Or if we had 24 battle plans for the year. But I suppose we'd end up in the same problem where you only see the certain ones at tournaments.
Exactly, that's the thing. You'd have to rotate them in. So you'd have to do, like, when game launches, here's the 12. 3 months, 6 months later, here's another 12. Take those, a bit like you do with your battle scrolls.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's your opinion, Matt?
So I remember. I mean, I can't remember playing second that much. If there wasn't tactics in there or not, I feel like I've always played battle tactics, but we can't have done because
There wasn't any in second.
No.
You got tactics, and you got those other. What were the things apart from battle tactics? What was the thing you had to do over the whole game? Grand strategies.
That was it.
You had those as well.
I remember now. That was what it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Because I remember, because my list was 18
that was a step
horrors.
too far. That was a step too far. When you had both of them, that was just too much.
And then the books had their own ones, didn't they? You had special tactics in your books, and some were way better than others.
Exactly. They were like daughters just auto did theirs without having to move.
It was like cast a spell or something, wasn't it?
That was
you cast a spell, you did it.
Daughters was
have 3 units in your territory. Have 3 other units in your territory. Have 3 units deep strike into your territory.
Yeah.
Stand in the middle of the board.
One of them was like, you need to charge 3 units, retreat with 3 units, do a spin, do a backflip.
I always remember it because I can't remember what the Flesh Eaters one was, but it used to annoy me because it was hard.
Lots of them were hard, weren't they? Don't think I've got any books left, sadly, to look at.
I've got them somewhere, but not nearby.
So, battle. I think like you, I got frustrated with the first set where there was still that decision paralysis. And like you could tell someone what they needed to do. They'd be there for 20 minutes waiting to kill the hero or whatever. And you feel like he's right there. Just kill the hero. You don't need to do anything else. You can just do that. And then they're like, but I might be able to do it another time. And you're like, yeah, okay. So I prefer the 3, having the 3 on the card, and you just give them in order. These ones are definitely harder. And I think I can see where maybe that's like a putting off point for people, having spent a whole year of doing lots of them. Now you're not going to do lots of them, so I can see that where people are kind of going a bit, it's not as fun because I'm not now doing my tactics as much. And then if they link it into, they think, it's because my army, I can't use my army, and that's why. Then I can see how that could link into it. I think so. My favourite system out of 40k and AOS and Old Warhammer was always Maelstrom of War, I think it was, from 40k, where you had like a deck of like 100 cards or something like that. Or it wasn't that many, it was a lot. And you used to roll like a D66 to see what you got to do. And that was what you did, random. And that was always the way I preferred. That was my favourite way of playing. That was the most fun I had playing like Warhammer and 40k.
Well, what about the current 40k method where they have the draw the secondary cards?
Didn't we?
Yeah,
we played the other day. That was the first game of the new 40k I played, and I did enjoy using those cards. Still, so
the D66 I think is great, and I love doing that. But I can see you take that to a tournament, and there are going to be those people who are going to kick off and go, this is stupid, it's potluck, I'm never going to win now because I've rolled rubbish.
Because it's not, so I know it's not, but it was more
But it's more fun. I agree. It was huge. It was really good fun. I agree.
But like I think now, and in the current 40k, I do like the card system that they have, and that hasn't changed much. But I quite like it. The AOS is different in that it's not the same.
Oh yeah, it should be a different beat.
You kind of get that difference to it. I think it's quite nice. I'll talk about it another time probably, but because I've been doing army plans for Ricky's thing, which we'll talk about on another episode. But I'll talk about that later. And I think, doing that kind of made me more infused because I realised I could probably do 4, I think, battle tactics.
Yeah, because you're writing your list to do the tactics.
So I'm writing my list to do tactics. I think the army helps me do them.
I think there's a definite mindset change from the last GHB to this one, and I don't know if people have quite made that step across yet.
Yeah,
maybe that's it then. Maybe it's just a case that I haven't really planned or prepared myself enough for the new way of doing it, and that's why my automatic reaction is now. But I've kind of always been a bit like that with battle tactics.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think you were that keen on battle tactics in the old edition, really. I don't think.
Yeah.
And there are people who just don't like them. They want a simpler game. They want to take that bit out of the game.
Well, so for example, like the other games I enjoy, obviously, as we know, I play a lot of all the GW systems. The Old World is one I really enjoy because, I never played Old Fantasy, so I have no frame of reference. But I really enjoy the Old World, and one of the things to that is it's straightforward. Like
it's just killing stuff, isn't it?
Killing stuff, and they've introduced some secondaries, like things like you've got a little baggage cart to protect and stuff like that, which is fine. But there isn't like, okay, well, I need to make sure that my cavalry go to the left a little bit or whatever. I know I keep harping on the same thing, but it's that whole thing of like, well, actually, if the objective is just to kill things, is that really an issue? Or is the battle plan, if you're following the battle plan as it is that really not enough when you take into account that not everything uses it? Why does AOS need battle tactics when other things don't? Do you know what I mean? I'm not. It's an interesting thought point, I suppose.
So, what's your view on the 40k secondaries then?
I like how random they are. I like how random they are, and I like how
the randomness.
Exactly that, and it's conducive to. It's made integral to the game in a way that seems a bit more integrated than the AOS one.
Yeah.
Because you've got the whole thing of like, well, okay, well, actually, I've got these 2 cards I've drawn. I could get rid of the one of them and replace it for a CP, or I could swap something out and pay something, so it becomes part of the economy, and almost like another resource shift of balance.
So is it this edition of 40k? So I can't remember. I don't play, so I don't know. But there was something about you had these cards, but you could just pick certain cards out of the deck, and those are the ones you've held as static. So it's kind of a mix of one or the other.
There's 2 ways to play. Yeah, there's 2 ways to play. I think they call it fixed and tactical.
Right.
Always
fixed is where you pick the 2 or 3, but there's a limited number you can pick to do.
Okay.
You score less for doing it that way.
Yes.
Right. But you know what you're going to do.
Yeah. But if you do tactical, then you draw the random cards, but you score.
Well, that's quite a nice mix of the 2, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think in 40k, by having more balanced army, you can kind of do more of them in some ways, which works potentially.
And maybe that's my issue, because I'm not the kind of guy who does balanced armies.
I mean, you just want to take
any
rats,
system.
don't you?
Yeah, I just want to take.
That's it.
I want to take rats, or I want to take big gribbly robot monster things.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, it's because when I like write lists, I like to have lists that do a bit in every phase, so you can always do something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why battle tactics interest me more, because whatever they are, I'm probably going to be able to try and do it.
Yeah, and I suppose arguably there is, if you're looking at battle tactics and you've got an army that traditionally doesn't play in every phase, let's say Khorne, for example, you're going to be leaning to the ones that you can actually do. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel that.
I also think there's an argument in the current edition, and Mike made this argument really well the other day at club. Is you just take an army that kills your opponent, and if you kill them, they can't score their battle tactics, and you're going to outscore them on bribery, so you'll win the game that way.
Which brings me back to my point: do we need battle tactics? Because if you can just do that.
Well,
do they even matter?
The counterplay to that is you play the army that scores loads of battle tactics, gets so far up they can't catch you up.
Yeah.
So that's the counterplay.
Yeah.
Because that smash army against my armies would win every game if there was no battle tactics. Because I can't compete on a kill you front.
And I suppose that stops your list building being interesting.
All it means is people just take smash armies, and whoever kills the other person first wins.
And I think that's the thing with AOS, is that the armies are so varied. Like, not every army can really be a total smash army.
No.
So we haven't done it yet, but we will go through the death, ragey, smoky, whatever calling them, hot stuff. But I was laying in bed the other night thinking about Warhammer. Obviously, that's what you do when you're laying in bed.
Thinking about Warhammer. And he was remembering what websites he'd been on. That's what he was doing.
And I thought, well, because I've always liked death in general as a faction. I must have bought Soul Black Gravelords about 50 times in my Warhammer career, should we call it? And I was like, oh, there's a new cool Draconess thing. I could do an army of Draconess and just take Battle Dragons and Fall Dry.
Yeah.
And I think I did a list, and it was like, I think I might have it here actually. It's on my iPad. And I think it was like you get 6 in there. How did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, you get 4 plus 4 dry, and then I put in. You could have another one if you wanted to, but I put in Lucavi and some Felbats just to be different, to be more monster focused. But I was like, that isn't really a smash list, because although it is 5 big monsters, they don't quite do enough.
No, they're not super hitty, are they?
And even the new scroll, its ability is really good, but it's only once per turn army. So only one of them is being really good. The other 4 are being average. And I'm just like, yeah, it's. So I think that's the thing of AOS is that. Whereas if that was my smash list, if other people's smash list, they would smash me. Whereas if I could do tactics with that list, I might do potentially.
You might do okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was hunting the nonce, whatever you want to call it, or as Rich likes to call it,
escape from Attack on Epstein Island as well.
Yeah, it's I can do those because I've got giant monsters that people have to try and kill.
Yeah,
and they're going to survive to actually do the, being in 4 corners or whatever. But, it's interesting. So my last question is, how would you fix it? I think, Rich, we know your answer is no battle tactics.
Well, do you know what? Actually,
is there another way you do it?
Yeah, since we've been talking, I've kind of actually changed my opinion a little bit. I don't think that no battle tactics, but I think maybe something differential that you can tailor to. I don't know. I don't have an answer. Is the short, I suppose. The easy answer is no battle tactics. I think that maybe, like Paul said, if you're playing that much Warhammer, he's getting bored. Maybe we do need something that's a secondary point for something to do. So it's a toughie. What about if we looked at something like the 40k system? Because if you had something where you use those cards and that's how you're scoring your battle tactics or secondaries, you don't get a choice in it. It's random. You have to do something. You still have to build your list to do stuff, because otherwise you can't do them all. Everybody knows what's in the deck because everyone's getting the same decks. But, maybe that's the answer.
Me, I would say you've got 12 battle plans. 4 of the 12 battle plans don't use battle tactics.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those 4 have rules written into the scenario that you score in different ways. Whether that be you get an extra 2 points if you control more scenery at the end of the turn, whatever it is, you get an extra 2 points for each unit worth 500 points you kill.
Yeah.
So
or like
8 of them use the battle tactics.
You get a bonus.
Exactly. Yeah. You could write those into the battle plans to give you alternate ways to score during those battle plans without using battle tactics.
Yeah.
And then if you want to run an event that doesn't use battle tactics, you just pick all of those. Yeah. If you want to run an event that does use battle tactics, you pick those. If you want to run an event that runs both, you take a mix.
You could do a mix, yeah.
So I don't think half and half, really, isn't it? It's kind of
I'd probably err on the side of more with battle tactics than without, just because that would bore me less. If you know what I mean. But playing with no battle tactics is great. I just don't want to do it all the time.
Well,
yeah.
I suppose the other thing you could do with that then as well, if you were doing events where you're playing with sometimes with battle tactics, sometimes without, you could have let's say mixed events. So you'd have say the first day, the Saturday, you play 3 events, 3 games with battle tactics.
And then you switch to without on the Sunday. Okay.
Without on the Sunday, so you can go home earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Could work.
Yeah.
Have we just fixed AOS, guys? Have we just solved the schism?
It's easy.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, aren't we? I think.
Also, those battle plans without battle tactics are easier to teach people the game by a long way.
Yes, you could have your simple ones like your Ghoul patrols, your Dawn of Wars deployments and stuff, where you're just opposite each other, hitting each other, and hold this point, and that could be your introduction one.
Yeah.
So almost have the battle tactics like another module, because even obviously
they are now. They're in module now.
Are they?
Yep.
Yeah, that was
they're
the idea of this edition.
You could just take them out if you want to.
It's just no one's done it, the whole edition.
Yeah. Do you know what I was thinking?
No one said no.
Yeah, no one's done it, and I've not heard. I was thinking even in Spearhead, because tactics are still a thing in Spearhead. I was thinking, no, there's nothing like
that. Yeah, because that's the other one to look at is Spearhead, because that essentially is AOS. But on that one, you get like 40ks cards to do, don't you?
Yeah.
But they have a thing in the bottom, don't they, as well?
Yeah, you trade in for a command ability, basically.
Yeah, or like a do something or do this. It's like
bring something back, etc., etc.
Yeah, and I've always quite enjoyed Spearhead whenever I played it, because the cards are like, well, I have to capture this, or I do this, or I have to kill this, or do that, and it feels quite reactive. Similar again to that D66.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite random.
Of a bit more random. It's quite nice. So I think for me to change things, I think I'd still go for the battle tactics from the books were totally unfair in how they were done, but I think they could have been made fairer, and then that makes it more like fit your army better, if that makes sense.
So do you
I'd
think
rather do
that's
something like that.
Do you think that's a power creep thing then? Like because the ones that were at the beginning were decidedly harder
average.
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely got easier. The more books that came out,
easier.
Yeah.
Because wasn't Daughters like one of the last books, and it was
and it was so easy. Yeah, the Stormcross ones were ridiculously difficult.
Yeah. But I think I do something like that, and then you almost like, and maybe a bit like 40k, you'd pick 3 of them as like your fixed ones, and they're the ones you're working towards, and you just go, well, I'm trying to do this, this, and this, and those 3 things you work towards. Maybe
I think I like the random idea more. To be fair, like the whole you draw you almost like spearhead cards.
Yeah,
you wouldn't necessarily need the terrain side of it. So like you could be like hold a place of power or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I suppose the argument then is it doing the same thing as the battle tactics where you picked you just have to pick something each turn, like in the second edition? It's a very confusing one. I don't think I can fix this on my own, guys.
It might be. I think part of it might just be that I think it's the lack of choice sometimes frustrates people. Although you get to choose your tactics to start with, when you're then stuck in them for 6 games, like in tournaments, 5-6 games, that's when they feel more not as good.
You could definitely say pick your battle tactics at the start of the game. It's definitely an option.
Yeah. Or you pick one. You pick one that you have all the time, and one you get to choose to start the game. Well, there was always those things in stuff like, is it in Legion, where they have
Legion's quite good, where you do the choice. You get to whittle down your deployment.
Yeah. So maybe that's how you do it. You go, these are the 3 battle tactics I want. Your opponent gets to remove one, vice versa, and then you have the ones that are left. That type of thing.
That's definitely possible. Yeah.
That would be more of a switching. That would be more interactive for the opponents and stuff and everyone. But not dogs though, because they can't look up.
They can't even work out how to look up battle tactics, honestly.
No.
Okay. So I think realistically though, probably battle tactics are going to be here at least for the next edition, I reckon. They're going to be in the we're in 4th at the moment, aren't we? They're going to be in 4th or 3rd? 4th.
4th.
Yeah, 4th edition.
I reckon they'll be in 5th edition at least, if nothing else, because if they're working that hard to do new ones, I just reckon they'll be in that edition, which is fine. I suppose I've got to like them. But
one thing to bear in mind as well is, if you look at how they've done the changes between the editions, this was a bigger edition change, wasn't it?
This was a full index,
a full index. Whereas normally they say the bigger changes for that.
Yeah, that's true.
And the next year is like a twist year, isn't it? They
kind of just tweak it a little bit.
They tweak it a bit. They don't do like a massive, or we're changing this totally. They just go, you've got 4 battle tactics now. Rather, it'd be something like that rather than, or like, because wasn't it? There was like, was it 2nd to 3rd or 3rd to 4th or something? I can't remember, where we had those like heroic actions and monstrous rounds.
Yeah,
you could do loads of those.
Yeah.
And then they kind of went, didn't they, a bit? And
yeah,
it's like
we had them for a while, and then they went away.
Yeah, and then it became now you can only do one.
Now they're all on the scrolls, aren't they?
Now they're on the scrolls. So it's like, okay.
But I think maybe that was it. Maybe I know that this edition was more of a simplification one, really, wasn't it? Like, I'll rephrase that. What was the phrase they used to use at the time?
I think they decluttered
simplified, not simple. That was
they decluttered it a lot, I think.
And they did, which is fine. But I don't know. I'm still not 100% torn, like 100% sold on battle tactics. I still think we could do without them. I think that they just need something to make them a bit more interesting. Like if you knew that you had, let's say actually all those battle tactics, right? You take how many sets are there? 6, 12?
Six
sets.
Yeah.
So you got 6 sets, and you at the start of your game, you draw 2 randomly from your deck of cards. Yeah. You're playing those 2 battle tactics. Those are your set you're doing for. Would that inherently change? Would that ruin games, or would that make games a lot more interesting? And you kind of almost have to have a very specific, like very different lists built.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
It becomes down to list building then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which I think it should always be.
Yeah.
But then you get the same argument that, this is the list I want to run. I can't run it because
I can't do it because it's random. Yeah.
Well, we haven't fixed AOS then, guys. Sorry.
No. Maybe it's just, I think a little bit is down to I just think adaptable list, isn't it? You've got to change it.
Yeah, but there's also the thing that GW don't come to your house and force you to play any way you want. If you want to play games without battle tactics,
hold on, they don't
organize a game. I don't see anybody in our gaming chat going, I want to play some AOS, but I don't want to use battle tactics this week.
Hold on, sorry, just to touch on the previous one. GW don't come around your house and make you play battle tactics.
Weirdly.
I've got Mr. Johnson outside. He's there, waiting. Yeah. He's holding a big placard saying, use battle tactics.
Yeah.
Brandon's hiding around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just normal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. He's dressed up as a wolf today.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts on it.
Yes.
And let us know your view on it. What do you think about this? Do you think
was that an elephant?
Bad?
I'm sure I just heard an elephant.
It wasn't.
No, it was a squeaky door.
Right.
I'm in a different location today, and the squeaky door went past because I kept getting told off for lying down when I'm recording, so I'm somewhere where I can sit up.
Yeah,
that's because your mic stopped working.
Yeah.
I see.
All we heard was muffly sounds.
I know. I'm sitting up, and you've heard me perfectly.
Yeah, good.
That's great.
Good.
But sometimes you'll hear an elephant door. It just happens.
Okay. Well, I don't mind an elephant door. It's just it shocked me because I wondered what it was.
We can make a competition. How many times has the elephant door gone off this time?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
But yeah, please talk to us, guys. Let us know what you think.
Let us know your thoughts.
Give us some feedback.
Give us some feedback. You can tweet us or X us, whatever it is nowadays, or just email us, or put a comment onto Podbean, and hopefully I'll see it.
Write us a letter. Send us a pigeon. Talk to us at events. Like if it's an event at Entoyment, we're probably playing there.
One of us will be there at least, if not two, and hopefully all three.
And you'll be able to know who we are because we're wearing T-shirts with our podcast on.
Yeah. And we'll all be at the Realmshift.
We will be.
August.
I'm looking forward to that.
Hopefully.
So there'll be a review show for that and probably a pre-list show as well.
Yes, which reminds me, I've now got, a week to paint the models.
Get painting, Rich. Get painting.
I get so distracted by different projects.
Yeah, we've only got 2 weeks left. Or do we have to submit a list again?
Oh, God, I've no idea. I don't know.
Well, probably. If Ricky's listening, can
Ricky
he
will tell us?
I mean, Ricky will give us a deadline, which will be 2 weeks after the event.
Probably, yeah.
Good. That sounds about right.
But, yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget, check out Pro Petty's video.
Bye.